Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to my channel. Today I filmed a really fresh, glowy, dewy springtime look, and it's all drugstore. Almost every single item in this video you can find in Boots, Superdrug or Wilko. I've kind of shown you guys that you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a good quality makeup. I basically have talked through how I got this makeup look. I asked you guys on Insta like if you wanted a talk through or a voiceover, really believing that everyone would be like, yeah, a voiceover, because you can talk way too much. But actually most of you guys wanted a talk through, so that's what I've done. And I also did a little hijab tutorial. I don't know why anyone would want to see my hijab style, because honestly it's the most basic hijab look ever. So many other hijabi YouTubers, I'm gonna like leave some names around my face right now, who have tutorials which are amazing. So I literally just showed you guys how I threw this hijab on today. It's nothing special, I promise you, but that's right at the end of the video. If you are asking me for that, I done it. There you go. Please don't ask me again because I am awful with hijab tutorials. And anyway, if you're interested in seeing how I got this makeup look, then keep watching. Start off with my under eye circles because those are my biggest problem area on my face. So I'm going to use the Soap & Glory Kick-Ass Concealer in the shade 3, and as usual I'm only going to use the actual salmon-y shade to colour correct. Okay, do you guys see the difference? Insane. To me this is like comparable to like the Bobbi Brown one, which I tried years ago when my mum used to use Bobbi Brown, and definitely comparable to the Benefit one, way better than the Tarte one. So yeah, this is amazing. And then as you can see I've got some discoloration around my mouth, so I'm just going to take a little bit of it and just go over the darker areas. To get like a really glowy look, I like to use a liquid illuminator underneath, and the one I'm using today is our Makeup Revolution. This is the Euphoric Gold one. With liquid illuminators, a little bit always tends to go a long way, and if you apply it underneath it will just shine through. By the way, do you guys like my little rose in the background? The rose that I bought for myself from IKEA. I just thought I needed something in the background. So I'm going to go to my tried and tested Nip and Fab foundation. This is in the shade 20. And it's very similar to the MAC Face and Body foundation, which again I used to use back in the day before I stopped using MAC. So what I like about it is you literally have the most control when you're squeezing some out, and the colour is a very good match as well. It's very nicely yellow toned. It's actually more yellow toned than I am, but I do always go for like a deeper foundation shade. And then I'm going to take the Morphe E6 brush, which is like my favourite foundation brush ever. And I'm going to just blend it into the skin. As you can see, when it's being blended out, it looks a little bit less starkly yellow on the face compared to like when you just apply it. When you first apply it, it's like, oh my goodness, a bit too much. But it looks better, trust me. And then where I want more coverage, I'm just going to stipple it. So I want a little bit more coverage on my cheeks. When you're going for a glowy, dewy, youthful look, less is always more when it comes to whatever you use for your base, because you don't want it to look cakey. Now as you can see already, my skin is looking really glowy and really luminous, and that is thanks to that liquid illuminator. And now I'm going to conceal the under eyes. So I've already corrected the darkness. And my favourite drugstore concealer recently, apart from the Makeup Revolution one, is the Bourjois Healthy Mix one in the shade 52 medium. And the reason why I really like this is because it reminds me of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and it's got a really nice undertone that's yellow. My favourite concealer blending brush at the moment has been the Morphe E8 brush, and it looks like this. It's super cute. Taking the 17 Define and Conquer Contour Kit, this shade is typically way too light for my skin tone, but I'm going to use it to set my under eyes, and then I'm going to bake with a much yellower powder. I'm also going to set my eyelids because then when I apply shadow it will not look all caked up and creasy. Now my favourite drugstore powder is the Makeup Revolution knockoff to the banana powder. The only thing I don't like about this, and actually the original banana powder when I had it, was that the lid is way too small. So I make a huge mess when I do this, but I take the back of my hand and I pour out a little bit of powder, and then I just load my brush up. Usually I would do this with a damp sponge, but it works with a brush as well, whatever you have available to you. This is the Freedom Duo Brow Powder in dark brown. Again, it's a bit of a knockoff to the ABH one, and then I'm taking it on an Primark brow brush. The difference of an eyebrow, you guys, oh my gosh. I mean, this looks a little bit intense still, but it will look fine when I've applied the other makeup. I always put whatever's left on my brush around my nose because foundation tends to break off on there. Whatever foundation I'm wearing, it generally does. Okay, so for me these brows are a little bit intense, so I'm going to use the Essence Make Me Brow in the shade 03 Soft Brownie Brows. I have the darker shade of this too, but in this instance the lighter shade is what I need. So if you're like me and your brows are constantly giving you attitude and drama, then you need this in your life. So I had to like search through my whole collection, and then I found this guy here, and this just brings back so many memories. This is like the first ever face product I used ever when I was like 15 years old, I believe, and I used it for ages. Obviously this isn't the original one, I actually hit pan on that one. This is a Rimmel Natural Bronzer, and the reason why I like this is because it's just got a little bit of shimmer, which isn't very noticeable on the skin, but it makes it look quite natural, and it does make you look like you're sun-kissed. I'm going to line my lips with the Rimmel lip liner in Tiramisu. Look how tiny this one is. Shows how much I love it. My lips are like, oh, you look at that. And then I'm going to take the Sleek Blush by 3 in the shade Lace. I almost forgot I have these. I'm going to take the middle shade here first and just apply this to my cheeks. Now, I used to only apply blusher to the apples of my cheeks, but now I kind of like to smile and then do it in an upwards motion. And as you can see, it kind of gives you a bit more of a sculpted, contoured look versus just making you look really, really happy and smiley and with a round face, which is fine. I have a round face, I've accepted that, but I do like to also make my makeup look a little bit more contoured. And now, because that blush has some shimmer in it, this is a blush in the shade Wilko, I think, but it looks really like their rose gold blush. Because it has some shimmer in it, it just makes your cheeks look sparkly, but there's no like visible glitter, which I really like. And then I'm going to use that same liquid highlighter that we used before, but this time I'm going to take a very, very, very small amount. So I'm literally just going to do one dab there for now, one dab there, and a little bit on my nose. That's it, because this stuff goes really, really, really far. As you can see, that has basically already set the base for the highlighter that I'm going to be applying, which I will do later on. So, moving on to the eyes. Now, I don't own any drugstore eyeshadow palettes anymore because I had a really big cleanse of them. I started collecting single shadows, and then I just thought I don't need all of these eyeshadows. It's just ridiculous. I don't need this amount, so I gave them away to like family, and I got rid of some that I'd have for way too long. And then I really wanted to keep this makeup look as much from the drugstore as possible, so I thought, well, why not just do a look with the blush palette. These are really beautiful shades, and I think I could achieve a pretty stunning look. And I also have this little pot here, which is like loose eyeshadow. So this is a loose shadow in golden, which I'm going to be using as well. I'm just going to take that orange shade there on a Zoeva 223 brush. And remember, we've already set our eyelids, so they're already prepped for eyeshadow. You don't need to buy a primer, you don't need to spend money on an eyeshadow base. You just need to make sure that your concealer has been set down with powder, and then you're pretty much good to go. Okay, so that's basically like my crease and my transition shade in one. It's super simple and easy. And then to deepen that up slightly, I'm going to take that same bronzer that I used earlier on, and I'm just going to apply this bronzer in the sort of outer lid and in the crease, but not taking it further up the crease. Because this is still like a springtime look, it's still supposed to be quite lightweight, definitely not over the top and overdone. And then taking that same orange shade, I'm just going to go along the lower lash line. This is one of my favourite things to do recently. It just adds like a little bit more of a pop of colour to any look. And because I don't have the biggest eyelid space, I'm just like, yes, I will use my lower lash line. I will not let that area go to waste. Like so. So really messy. It's not even a precise brush, it's just the Zoeva 230 pencil brush, but literally I've just applied some orange jam. And taking that same brush, I'm going to spritz it with a Mario Badescu spray. And then taking that e.l.f. golden loose eyeshadow. I actually think that brush was wet enough. I'm going to wet it again. You guys, look, it's so stunning. I'm just taking a little bit and adding it to my inner corner because it's just the most perfect golden shade. I love it so much. So that's all I'm going to do for the gold segment of this. I take this Colourpop E9 brush and I'm going to go back in with the orange and then take a little bit of pink and a little bit of orange to apply the shadow just above where the gold stops. And what that will do is it will just define it a little bit more and make it stand out. When I tell you guys, this is the best mascara I've used in my whole entire life, I am not kidding, and it's less than £5, which is insane. So this is the Essence Lash Princess Volume Mascara. It's the one with the pink packaging, and it has the cutest packaging ever. And I just want you guys to watch how it transforms my lashes, okay? Ready? Like, so basically I've started off with like really short, really thin lashes. Unfortunately, I've not been blessed with the lashes. But this mascara just, it's amazing. I'll stop talking and I'll just let you guys see. Hello! After one application. I mean, I have no words. I have no words. I'm just going to go on to this side. I'm just so stunned by this mascara. Moving on to the highlight, this was a gift from my lovely friend Chefroon. This is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter in 10 Be My Highlight. It is Kathleen Light's favourite highlighter and it was so sweet of Chefroon to send it to me. And I'm using the Morphe M501 brush, which is like my favourite highlight brush from them. Now this is more on the silver side for me, definitely. Like, it's not one that I typically go for more golden looks, but it still looks amazing and it just goes on so beautifully. So if you want really dewy looking skin, you want to choose a powder highlighter that has a more baked formula and it doesn't have any glitter in it. And I'm using that same brush to just apply this to my brow bone in that C shape, like so. And I'm just going to lightly apply it down my nose, not just to the edge but down my nose. Embracing my Pakistani nose, a little bit on my forehead as well, and then I'm just going to put a little bit more lower down my cheek. Tiniest amount, on my Cupid's bow. Now for lips, if I could, I would go for a Colourpop product because they have like the best formulas. I have the most different colours from them, but I'm really trying to make this product so you can only buy it in the UK. So I'm going to show you two options that you can do. The first one is a matte option. This is the Sleek Matte Me in Shabby Chic, and it's a really nice like mauvey pink shade. This is like as pink as I would go. I don't like to wear something too bright and candy pink or too light pink. I don't think it suits my skin tone. Okay, this is what that Sleek lip looks like when it's dried. I really like this colour, but I don't think it goes with this makeup look. So I'm going to take it off with my Bioderma. I'm really hoping you can still get this lipstick in drugstores. This is the Rimmel Notting Hill Nude shade. I'm going to go back with that tiramisu liner to give my lips a bit more shape and try and get rid of this pinky look. And then I'm going to go with Notting Hill Nude, which is like my all-time favourite drugstore nude lipstick. This is like my go-to lip before I discovered Colourpop like 2 years ago, and now I pretty much only wear either high-end products on my lips or Colourpop. There's really not much in between, unfortunately, but I do really like this sort of nude look. If you wanted to up the gloss a little bit, I have found in my collection a Burt's Bees lip gloss. This is in the shade Autumn Haze. I got it from DK Maxx, but let's see how this looks on top. Yeah, not my favourite applicator because it hardly lets you get any on. And I've got pretty small lips. So I can imagine if you have big lips, that would take a bit of a while, but I think that's pretty much my finished look. The only thing that's bugging me about this look now is that because I've done my eyebrows quite dark, I feel like I need a little bit more definition on my eyes. So I'm just going to add the tiniest amount of liner. I'm not going to do a wing. I'm just going to add the tiniest amount of liner just here. Okay. And I've literally had like over 10 comments now saying please do a hijab tutorial, which I find crazy because my hijab style is like the most simple, basic, literally thrown on hijab style ever. But anyway, I take a really small amount of scarf on this side and then a much longer amount on the other side, and I literally just bring it around my face, flip it over like that, adjust this how I like it, and then I hold my scarf here and bring whatever's at the back to the front. That just gives it a little bit more volume, and then I just take a pin and slide it into the edge here. And that's literally my go-to hijab look. It's that simple, it's that basic. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this dewy, spring appropriate look. I especially love how youthful and glowing my skin looks, to be honest with you guys. It gets me in the mood for spring, even though in some places in the UK right now it's snowing, which is crazy. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit the thumbs up so I know to make more of these in the future, and make sure you leave me a nice little comment before you go and hit subscribe. I will see you in my next video. Bye!